quick comment on the trip to Jacksonville, then we'll take questions. If you got a question, just raise a hand and we'll get a microphone to you.
You play, you get your team to schedule something like this for a couple of different reasons. One is we're kind of committed to one another, have the best experience we possibly can. Playing in our league does that, playing in the Southeastern Conference, getting to take trips like this is good. In my time, we haven't been able to go to specifically that region. We've tried to cover top to bottom of our state. And we've been to Arlington. We'll go back there for the next couple of years. But this Jacksonville trip became available, and it's run well. The people that do it care about college baseball and its growth, and you can tell by the field that'll be playing there. So one is for experience. Two is, probably our ability to host regionals the last couple of years has come with some schedule adjustments, and one of those is taking a preseason trip and/or going on the road prior to conference play starting. So this is going to be our opportunity to get on the road, be together, sleep in a hotel, get on that schedule. Even though we'll be home, I think the home team Friday and Sunday, it gets us on the road, and these are all the things you start playing on the road. You're playing, good competition. That it helps you RPI wise, and it'll answer a lot of questions. Thirdly, of who we are and where we're going. So the first 4 games have provided some of that for us, but going on the road and playing 2 top 20 teams, I guess, is going to be something good for us to come back as we're traveling back Sunday for 5.5 hours for me to be crystallizing, like, where do we go from here? And those are all the things that need to be answered. So getting this team on the road, getting used to that template, playing great competition is been a path for us that we're committed to here for the foreseeable future, of going on the road before conference play starts, and then learning more about our club. Those are the 3 reasons to be able to do this. 3 great head coaches, 3 sincere friends, 3 guys that do a great job running their programs as well. So I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Adam?
Butch, you mentioned it, 2 top 20 teams in this slate, going on the road too. Just, I guess, looking at this non-conference slate this year as a whole, I mean, how does this stack up compared to years past for teams that you've had?
It's hard to tell. Are we a top 25 team? I guess we're not, but I've seen us rank between 14 and 138. So how do we define ourselves? Those things are worthless. Whatever your RPI is now, whatever your rank now, is worthless. I don't care if you're the #1 team in America. It absolutely means nothing. You got over 50 games to go out and prove that every single day. For the reasons I prescribed are the reasons we're going, and the things that we're focusing on to get better. But I do know we're going to have to see 100-mile-per-hour fastball on Friday, and what's the best strategy to be competitive for it. So all the stuff that makes print and all the stuff that people talk about has nothing to do with us competing this weekend. Our ability to evaluate a 100-mile-per-hour fastball and get on base and try to find strategies, whether it's pitch count or is it going to be more aggressive. What are the things that we're going to do? And that's just the start of a weekend. These teams are combined 10-2, so nobody's lost over 1 game. There's 0 or 1 losses out of the teams in this field. It's kind of what it's supposed to be. It's kind of what these guys came here to play. Like, hey, take us to nice places. Take us to places that Auburn fans haven't seen us, and maybe somebody from the Auburn family is going to see us for the first time, and give us great competition where we can continue to grow, stretch ourselves, and get better. And that's going to happen from pitch 1 on Friday against Iowa starters. So I'm excited about that, and that'll end on Sunday. And how mentally tough can we be after being on the road all weekend and play a team that just came back from Omaha? We haven't been there in 2 years. So this is a team that's fresh off of that, a team that has a lot of confidence, and I just think we have challenges galore, which is fun. Like, I'm ready to get on the bus right now.
Jason?
Is opportunity the word for this weekend, whether it be to learn about your team, competition, all those things? Is that kind of the buzzword this weekend, opportunity to kind of put it all out there?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a good opportunity. It's a test. It's a measuring stick, and whatever words you want to use. We can go 0-3. We can go 3-0 and not have the season we want to have. We can go 0-3 and be the best version of ourselves a month or 2 down the road. So I've asked these guys to really focus on their effort and process. And I love the seniors. They came up with some words, and we're rotating these words and thinking about them and focusing on whichever one, you know, it fits them. You know, we're trying to be consistent and fearless. You know, once we play these good teams, can we play the same way every day, and can we play fearless? Can we be relentless? You know, can we be selfless? Can we think of others? Can the top of that lineup having it bad on Friday per se, like whether they get on or not, can they absolutely undress this guy? Can somebody have some great at bats and long pitched at bats and just fight? But we're just trying to stay focused around that, and you're right, seeing these opportunities and trying to make the most of them.
Butch, will you be throwing batting practice to get ready for the 100-mile-per-hour?
Yeah, from 2 feet away. It comes out about 57, 58. Don't be hating, but it's yeah, I'll be about 3 feet away to make that match.
But how do you prepare for that? And tell us a little bit about, you know, Iowa and Brody Brecht, I guess is how you say it.
Yeah, a machine. I would imagine a lot of quick hands, and a machine that you plug in the wall is the only thing that we have to simulate it, in all honesty. But I mean, if you're watching these kids now, like, I've seen a bunch of velocity in these 4 games, and like, if you don't have anything to go with it, man, they're going to meet you at the front door. So velocity is a thing that maybe my generation would struggle. If you saw somebody throw 90 miles per hour, man, it was like, you know, you had to start swinging really early. But these guys see it so much, and those machines and these cages every day, they're doing quick hands or 2 strikes, and so you better have something to go with it. And undoubtedly, this young man does, just from watching video. I think he's a preseason Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. So, but that's, you know, that'll prepare us for our league. You know, pretty much it feels like 1-1 comes out of our league pretty often, and just first rounders and Friday night guys and special stuff. So this will help us probably to see a guy of this quality. But I don't think any more that's played and had at bats and gone through this league. I think that's another strength of our league. I don't feel like, I mean, he's going to be really good, but we've seen it before, and that's probably the advantage of playing in this league, because of the guys that you have to see to be competitive in this league. But there's no doubt that this is one of those guys where the opportunity to really make people understand that, hey, maybe they got a good ball club. This is one of those opportunities, because like I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, this is a advertised meanest, rankest bull that's out there for one of our Power 5 conferences. So let's ride, because again, that's how you score, when you ride somebody that really can buck high and can turn and go both directions and do some different things. So I think our guys will cherish that, and hopefully we'll shorten that out as much as we possibly can. And you know, they're going to have guys that take bats to the plate too. So I think it's going to be more of the same. I don't want the 4 games we just played and feel like we're going to play a different game. There's only one game to play. That's why we're sticking with a pretty consistent lineup. That's why we're doing what we're doing. We're trying to get our guys crafted around there's one game. And we can be competitive and beat the #1 team in America, the #2 team in America. You better be ready to play the number 200 team in America. It doesn't matter. There's one game. And before I get too carried away, moving and on over what we're about to play, all we can do is go play the consistent game that we've worked on for months, not try to get on the bus and go create a new game because of who we're playing.
Bill, Brian, would you pass it back to Bill?
But you talked about the speed that you've got in the lineup. I know you're not going to expect to steal 3 or 4 every game. Just talk about how aggressive you want to be and how much that plays into the offensive game plan.
Yeah, it's bit us a couple of times, but it's absolutely been rewarding. So I think we're probably at double-digit stolen bases. I just say point of emphasis is what I said this week. You can tell we didn't just start that game 1 that we saw. We thought we saw our personnel in the fall, no rocket science whatsoever. Like, man, these guys can run a little bit, or at least some of these guys have like a brain to run. And you can either have straightaway speed, or you can just have the acumen or ability to be able to steal a base and have a knack for it. We thought we had some of those pieces on our team, and Gabe, Carl, you know, did a little research and doing a few things different at first base. But I think the biggest point is we made it a point of emphasis. It bit us the other day on a full count. It bit us this earlier, we got picked off a couple of times, but you kind of have to have a mindset of a thief, you know, if you're going to have any interest in gaining 90 feet and taking it. So all in all, it's been good, but there's a couple of trip hazards there that hopefully will continue to grow and be good at it. But we are going to take more risk. We did prepare to run more, and I think it's good to see when you make something a point of emphasis and it shows up, and we'll see how it goes moving forward.
Right.
How pleased are you so far with the bullpen? They performed really well. You got a lot of guys in the game so far. Just talk about your bullpen a little bit.
Well, you're always thinking about the bullpen, because you can play good for 2 hours, and that last hour, that last inning is that's how you bring it home. And the teams that I've been a part of through all these years as a coach is relief corps is tremendously important. Catching is so close to home plate; it's tremendously important. And I think they've held up. I thought most guys this first cycle, because we're about to start a second cycle of running their arms through, there's still a few guys that I like, that I believe in, that hadn't pitched yet. I was super excited that 4 guys had their first appearance for us on Tuesday and did well. And I like that a lot. Griffin Graves, those 2 innings for a freshman to come in there and just put his head in the mitt and show a quick arm and drive a fastball, I was tickled to death. Dylan Watts got out there in the 9th, and that's a good rehearsal for him to get out there and get a 9th underway. Got a little work with like Tanner, but it was quick, it was awesome, and just gives him confidence, but gives our team confidence every time they can see that. So yeah, I thought everybody pitched to their range, got the season started. Hopefully this second cycle that they'll continue to take pride. I hope their work was good this week. I hope they don't feel like they threw too good. I hope they feel like they're getting ready to make some adjustments and make it sharper, make it better, or at least, you know, I want to reach that performance, and they've worked hard all week to be consistent.
Last one, Brian.
You're batting 246, I think, so far. Is that a concern at all, or is it just early in the season? That's just how things go sometimes.
I don't know. That's confusing. I don't think 4 games is enough to measure much at all. Guys that we would say like not hitting a lot, I would go like I think Cooper McMurray's going to hit, and if he don't, you'll be screaming at me because I'm not taking him out. Hernandez has a track record, but he walked 3 times the other night. He's got RBIs already, some sac flies, multiple. When he goes into that 4-hole and makes a play late in the game, like the 9th inning, not to extend an inning, and makes a 360, sets his feet, makes a throw to first base. We're not into numbers. And I want our players to hear that. I don't care if anybody else hears it. We're not into it. We're into how good we can play, who we believe in. We went for months and months and months to kind of choose and pick a lineup with a lot of good players. And so we're going to hang with them. I love the experience on the field. I love the players, what they're doing. I just don't think it's enough. I think we'll hit more and maybe not pitch as good this second rotation. And we're not going to get caught up chasing our tail, so to speak. Just keep trying to play consistent, winning baseball. UAB scored first the other night. They had twice as many hits. We went 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and we won a baseball game. That's incredible. And I think as the team goes and grows, they'll absolutely play off one another and hopefully have each other's back when we have a night like that.
I guess the better question would have been, do you like the approaches so far, batting-wise?
Yeah, I think the effort process has been good. I think we chased a little bit more Tuesday night, but I thought UAB did a masterful job of really throwing us tough sequences, and I think they shot for the pin all night. Instead of just laying up safely, they absolutely shot for the pin all night, and I think we struck out 9 times. It was our most strikeouts, but we also had 13 free bases too. That was probably the difference in the game and helped us score runs. We missed a timely hit. Cooper Weiss in the second inning had bases loaded, absolutely smoked the ball to right field. That could have been big. So I think the timely hitting and stuff will come for this ball club, and finding different ways to win makes you a stronger team, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. But I have full confidence that we'll hit more or raise that batting average, but that is absolutely not where our minds need to be, our focus needs to be either.
All right, thank you, Coach.